Welcome back to the Oaks. We are in field 50 doing a silage contract using the amazing quick bale by Mark Thor. I haven't used this for a little while. Now, I mowed the headlands because Courseplay was picking up that the field boundary was the other side of that hedge. So I did the first one, set Courseplay doing the second. So we're going to get the headlands baled, get them collected, get the bales out of the way, and then we can just set Courseplay running this. I've done the reverse course at the cow farm for the pit, and we have purchased a leveller and a what they're called, silage roller compactor, that's the word, so we can get all of that done as well. So it's a very much a grass focused episode. So we'll get this headland done and then we will crack on and carry on with our fields. So we are now attempting I say attempting because I've had several attempts so far and Courseplay's just gone off on one. We are attempting to use Courseplay to collect the bales and then link it with auto drive to deliver them. Okay, you'd think that'd be easy. So you can see just in front of us here where this lovely worker in the class decided to head straight for the case and the mowers and would not stop. So yeah, bit of a hiccup, and then it decided to clear off into next door's cornfield and yeah, all that good sort of stuff. So what I do want to check is Courseplay and make sure that I don't think you're the setting for emptying. No, there's not. Okay, that's good. That's good. So that should now run away, pick the bales up, and then clear off to Fisher's Bale Sales, deliver them, hopefully, and then come back and carry on collecting. Right, let's get into our field now. So back onto our silage work now, and in between episodes I did a couple more laps of the field just to get another trailer full to test my auto drive handiwork. I have also shortened my pipe. So yeah, sent the old forage harvester back and leased a new one with the standard length pipe, just to avoid the issue we were having last time where yeah, it couldn't quite work out where we were with auto drive. The other thing that I've done, and you'll see the patch of grass there, is smoothed out a bit of the field. We were having, or I was having issues, sorry, with because of the severity of the dip, auto drive was picking up a collision. So yeah, I flattened that out and then repainted it. Come on, over here please. So yes, what we'll do is at the end of the year, because for some reason that doesn't want to cut with this, we will just reseed the field anyway, as we would to ensure a decent precision farming score. There we go. So the contract in field 50 is complete. We delivered 25 bales, which completed the contract. The remainder of those bales are sat up at the sell point until we decide what to do with them. Now, I've sent the tractors to field 23, which is going to be hay. Hay contract, should I say. There's another one in, I think it's field 89. Come on. It's bizarre how between episodes, things with auto drive change. It's like, come on, you were perfect before. There we go. Super. So yeah, what I was saying, field 89, field 23 are both hay contracts, so we'll get to those in a bit. Now, depending on how much we get hay-wise off those contracts will depend on what we do with field 88, I think, is it, of ours? The larger of the grass fields. If we get plenty from, or left over from the contracts, we may just chop that for silage as well. But we'll see. We've got plenty of time to be going until we need to make that decision. So what I might do is, once we've got this trailer full, which, looking at it, might be the majority of this field, the way it's going. Where are we? Fence is 50% full. So yeah, might get all this field in it. We'll set the case off with the mowers mowing field 23. We'll grab one of the tractors and stick the tedder on it, and then we'll need to, in fact, we might be able to use the crone baler with the windrower in it. That might save a job, but we'll see. We'll get there and we'll make that decision in a little bit. Yeah, I do love grass work. It's and especially doing things differently. You know, we've got both options, or both ways of doing silage at the minute. We are chopping the grass, and then we're mowing, and we're wrapping as well. So, yeah, quite cool to be doing. Come on. Both ways of doing it. There we go. What we on now? Fen is at 74%. Yeah, all of this field is going to fit, I reckon. Which is good. We can get that tipped, get the levelling done, compacted as far as we can, and then, yeah, move on to the next field. So I was wrong for a change. I think that we're going to fill this trailer. There we go. It's full. Wait for the next one to hopefully be called. Wait for that New Holland. Come on. I don't think putting the beacons on is going to make a blind bit of difference. We have got a worker in it. I can see by Simple Inspector, and there we go. Look at that. See, that's behaving perfectly. Job's a good one. Wait for the forage harvester to pick it up. And off we go. So I'm hoping that I haven't left the big fence in the way down at the cow farm. I don't think I did. But we'll keep an eye on Simple Inspector, just to make sure that it's tipping, and it'll come back here, which is fine, because we're not far away from field 86 that we're going to have to chop as well. So I think we'll just keep it simple and go down here like this. Give auto drive half a chance to keep up. There we go. Right, I will see you when we've nearly finished this field. Last bit of this field. There we go. Super. So we can turn that off and put the pipe in. Now what we need to do is we can send the New Holland down to the next field. I think the fence is probably nearly back, looking at it, unless it's struggling to tip. So we're going to have a bit of an investigate there, and we'll move on to the next field. Just navigating our way into field 86, and there's something very strange on the collisions with this gateway. There we go. We're in. We are in. So I think what we'll do is we'll, one, turn the beacons off and get the pipe out. And I want to see what the New Holland is doing. Hopefully it's going to make its way over here. Because we could do with getting that filled up first, maybe. But I think actually what we'll do, we'll just head over here and we will turn on. We'll wait for the Fent just to come careering in behind us and start to edge forward so it can find where it wants to go. There we go, that's working nicely. Beautiful job. So the Fent tipped absolutely perfectly. I haven't done any levelling yet. Just waiting to get on and get the grass cut. There is rain in the forecast, but pretty sure it's like 9 o'clock at night, so should be absolutely fine there. Come on, get out of my way. Headlands, they're a bit of a nightmare, aren't they? There we go. Right, if we squeeze in front, auto drive should now back up a little bit and sort itself out, he says. There we go. Come on. It's not like in the headland, is it? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll struggle around the headland and I'll see you when we're on the main body of the field. Third loop around the field now, and the headlands were interesting. Once we got past these trees to our left here, it was a lot better behaved. I found that in the corners, if I gave it a little bit of a nudge to help it turn, when it was on the right hand side of the forage harvester, that seemed to work quite well. But yeah, probably not the well, definitely not the most realistic of approaches, but we work with what we've got. So this trailer is at 96-97%, so we should be expecting the New Holland to appear, well, anytime soon. I would imagine it now gets the call to come over here, but we'll wait and see. So how long has the pace got left? 5 minutes left on that, and then we can move that to the next field. I haven't set up the teddy yet. Probably should have, but yeah, been doing this instead. So we will wait for the New Holland. Once that's actually in the field, I may hop and sort a tedder out and get that field 23 all tedded and ready to be made into hay bales. Well, the New Holland made its way back quite uneventfully, to be fair. Yeah, all good, can't complain. The Fent has been and tipped, and as if by magic, is now on its way back. I have set the class tractor up on the windrowing. So we've got our class windrowing set up on the go in field 23. The case is on the way to field 89, and that will... Oh, would be an issue going on here. Come on, sort it out. It was all going so well. What was I saying? Yeah, case on its way to field 89. We can set that mowing as well then. I'm also thinking about whether or not we can cut, scroll right down, these areas down here. So these are grass, sort of in, there's the river or the stream or the brook or whatever that runs around these. So we could maybe do those as well. So that would be fine. Oh, that, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens with the New Holland and where that goes. Oh, that's just parked up at the weight. So, are we now going to get the New Holland back following us? Or is it just going to be a bit of a traffic jam? No, we're good. Okay, let's go. Super. So yeah, it's all go. All things grass. That was a video on Armson actually. So we won't use that title again. But yeah, we are rapidly filling this trailer up. Alright, it already got 22 something thousand litres in it, but hey, not a problem. But yeah, definitely for this sort of thing, I am finding that laps around the field rather than too many up and downs does lead to courseplay work, not courseplay, sorry, auto drive working a lot better, and nice steady turns, etc., just to give it half a chance really. So that's all good. Be interesting to see how much we end up with. Haven't actually been and looked at the state of the bunker yet, but we'll sort that in a bit. I did try briefly to get courseplay to compact the pit, but as I thought, the cow barn was pretty close, so it wouldn't go back far enough. So we may have to do it manually, which is not too much of a problem. So what I'll do is I'll wait for... Oh, there we go. Should now come around alongside. Look at that, look, behaving itself. Gets there in the end. Takes a bit of thinking about. I think what's happened there is it's realised I'm full enough and I will clear off. So we'll wait for the tractors to swap, which they're doing now, nicely. And yeah, we'll crack on. Well, progress is good. I did have to go and help the class and the windrower that had got hooked up on a tree because some absolute wally only set one headland. Never mind. So yeah, had to go and fix that, but that is cracking on now, and we'll soon be able to start the baling. I have not set the case going yet, just because as we're nearly finished with this field, what I want to do is attempt to cut the undefined fields, we'll call them, with this, and if it doesn't work with this, then we'll grab our mower, and it should hopefully work with that. So that's why I've not started that yet. We could also do with collecting on the silage contract, and we'll do that in a minute once we've finished this. So this is what I'm saying about nice steady wide turns, and it seems to be working rather well. But we got 68% in the trailer, so should quite easily fit all of this in, which is handy. You can see as well what a bad job I did of collecting the hay when we last cut the field. So yeah, great job there, Cartech. No wonder we were short. It's probably half a bale's worth there. But yeah, all in all, this is going rather smoothly. I don't think we're going to fit all that in one pass. No, not quite. But never mind. We'll grab it now, and then that's these two fields finished. There we go. And we can turn that off, put the pipe in, and just knock the engine off for a minute. What we'll do is we will hop into... There we go, doing a reasonably good job. The odd miss bit, but we can cope with that. We will turn this off, and we'll send it down to the pit to tip in. Get it onto the road just to help it out, make it a little bit quicker. And then we'll head down to the next fields, I think. So who noticed that I'd started the windrowing and we had not actually tedded the grass to hay? Oh my days. Oh, never learn. Trying to do too much, but it's actually quite cool to be pushing myself a bit. So we're going to finish up doing the tedding. I have tried to cut the grass in the pasture areas with the crone, and it does not work. So I have sent the case with the Kubota mowers down there, and once we've done this and set the windrowing going again, we can attempt to cut it with those mowers. If it doesn't, no great shakes. It's not the end of the world. We can make do with what we've got. So let's dump this somewhere where hopefully it's not going to be in the way. Hopefully here. I'll get the windrower attached and set that running on course play again. And we'll give it another go. Then probably I'll see you when we're trying to cut the grass on the pastures. So we're down at the first of the pastures. Got the mowers. Let's give this a go. Now, I clearly have not tested this. Is it going to even... Oh. That is very strange. So that is a no all round then. Okay. Well, at least we know. Now, we could probably plough these up at some point if we get chance. And create the field, reseed it, and do things properly. I think what we'll do then is we'll get these folded up and sent to the next contract field. And then we can crack on and we'll do the baling for the hay, I think. As... and what? Yes, we will. That's what we're going to do. We're going to send this off to cut the next hayfield. We'll bale the current one. And then we'll catch back and we'll take stock of where we are and what's left to do for today. So baling of the hay is now underway. Poetry. I've set the case to start mowing the field 89. So that is underway. I've stopped our sort of silage making for today. I'm just going to focus on completing these contracts. And talking of completing contracts, we will collect on the one for field 50. So we've got 23 and 89 left to sort. So money is looking healthy. We're going to get quite a few hay bales left over, I reckon. So all good, and we're not having to buy or borrow, should I say, any equipment. So that is always a positive. Now what I think I'm going to do is just go down the up and down rows first, just so we can keep out of the way of the class, which is down there somewhere in the haze of this May evening. But good thing about being in May is that the light is the days are starting to draw out, so jobs are good in there. If it does start raining, we'll obviously have to stop, and we may end up completing this in the second part of May, but I'm not too fussed about that. But you can see how quickly we're filling up. We're going to be making several trips to the sell point, but yeah, not complaining, all good. So what I think we'll do is we'll crack on, and I will see you when I am setting up the tedder in the next field. So I know I said I would see you when we started the tedding, but the light is fading, and as amazing as this looks, doesn't make for great recording. Well, no, I tell a lie. Recording isn't too bad. The viewing, however, yeah, it's not so good. So what the plan is will be that we will finish the baling, or I will finish the baling. We'll get all these delivered that we need to, and we will complete on this contract for this field, depending on how it delivers. And then what we'll do is in the morning we will pick up with the tedding and windrowing of field 89, because we're going to get rain in a few hours anyway, so no point tedding it, etc, etc. So that's the plan, and I will see you in the morning. Right then, so it is the next morning, and we are at Fish's Bale Sale, just delivering the remainder, or the last bales off of that field. So you'll see we are 64% transported for field 89. So now we can send this to the field. We can start the tedding, get the windrower going, get it baled, get it collected, and get it completed. So let's just, while we are here, 36k from field 23. Thank you very much. Lovely. So let's head down there and start some tedding. So just riding on board for a second or two, just to make sure we get past the John Deere and the Class. Lovely job. We've got the Fendt on the way down here. So what I think we're going to do is we will windrow and bale, and what we'll do is collect using horseplay, I think, and then we'll intervene, send it off to deliver, and vice versa, rinse and repeat. So let's get out of here, find ourselves a lovely looking Class setup. We can lose the auto drive menu, and we'll head over to the start point where the tedder started. So we are far enough behind, so we've got some to be going at, and we'll get started. So the good thing about this field is it is actually quite square, so we should be able to get a decent GPS course set up, and hopefully some nice straight windrows. So onto the second headland, and I think the cunning plan is going to be that we bale these two headlands, get them cleared, and then we can run up and down the field uninterrupted by bales, with the baler on. Follow me. Now, where is the line here? There's going to be a slight little bit that we miss. That's okay. So yeah, so that is the plan. Clear the headlands, and then follow me with the baler. And fingers crossed, that speeds up the process. Doesn't matter if we drag that outside headland in here, but we can just turn off the GPS and then drive that bit manually. Doesn't matter that we're sort of making a wedge for ourselves, as we will clear it on the next pass. There we go. Try and get everything in. It's not quite 100% square down this end of the field, but doesn't matter. Like I say, we're going to clear it, and it should tidy up quite nicely. There we go. Lift up there. Back it up. and finish off the headland. What we might do is just hang out the way of the tedder, just so not to completely mess things up. Where's his row going to be? About there. So we'll let him get past. We'll finish the second headland, and I'll see you when we start the baling. Underway with the baling, and I'm just wondering whether or not that the New Holland is going to obliterate some of the windrows that we've done, but I'm sure we can fix it. It's not the end of the world. Mildly annoying, but I guess it's the price you pay for using workers. Let's get around there. So it's not taken long at all. I mean, it's a decent sized field, but the kit we've got, I think, is suited perfectly for the map and for the fields on it. So we'll head round here and see if there has been any collateral damage to the windrow. I'm hoping not, but like I say, doesn't really matter if there is. We can fix it. No, job's a good one. Doesn't look too bad at all. Lovely. So, I will get the headlands done, and I will see you when we are collecting and sending off to the delivery point. So headlands all baled, and we're now just zigzagging around the headlands to collect up the bales. What I've done is, or what I'm going to do, is rather than set it to the bale sell point, I'm going to set it to go to the animal dealer buy point, as you can see from the auto drive menu bottom right, just because somebody left a stack of silage bales there and they're kind of in the way. So plan is, if we send it there, it should reach that destination and tell us, and then we can hop in, deliver the bales, and we'll probably sell the silage, I think, as well. We do have 200 and something thousand litres in the bunker, which will get added to possibly next time. Don't want to milk the cows. No, milk the silage worked too much. But missed it. There we go. Yeah, it's you know, it's part of farm work, and it's the time of year to be doing it before we get into harvest. So let's grab these last ones, and annoyingly we're not going to have enough to fill the loader, but that's okay. We can just park it up, and you'll see we've got the windrow set up and the baler behind it. Now, I have just thrown the clips so far that we've got into Resolve, and we're up to about 32 minutes. So, longer video today. I do apologise, and I've also realised that I've not actually spoke to you much about what's going on. So let's just get things started before we wrong tractor, really. There we go. Start that engine. That could be warming back up. So into the John Deere, baler on, that's lowered down, Control F. Have we got a worker? We have. That is definitely not me. There we go. Just hit 10 o'clock. Plenty of time. So that's on there. That's on there. Let's go. Right. Talk to you time. What was I going to talk to you about? It's gone now. FarmCon. And not necessarily the content and stuff that was shown. I think I spoke about that in the last episode. It was the aftermath, really. In the sense of, I thought it was really cool how there was Mr. CDP, Virtual Farmer, Farmer Cop, DJ, And I think that was it. It's a CDP, Farmer Cop. Yeah. Who went to Diddley Squat and spent some time, several hours I think, with Caleb. But what I thought was nice was that they were all there together. They'd taken the opportunity to go and meet up, and I think they did, whatchamacallit, customisable Lego figures in London as well. So they kind of got around a bit that day, but yeah, I just thought it was quite nice that they all sort of made the effort to do stuff together. You know, it can be quite a dog-eat-dog community. Why is that missing? Excuse me one moment. Let's just alt and page up just to move it across a bit. And cruise control go. There we go. So yeah, just to see them all together I thought was quite cool. You know, I guess you've got to take these opportunities while you can, really. So yeah, I did think that was rather neat, or really neat, whichever one. It's these new teeth that I'm breaking in. What else? AdSense. So, mentioned to you on an Attingham video about the changes that YouTube are making, so smaller creators can benefit from audience generosity. That's the word for it, generosity. So yeah, I went onto YouTube Studio today and went onto the Earn tab just to see how many watch hours we're up to, etc. And I think we're around 7,000-ish, I think, at the minute, which is, you know, brilliant. I'm happy with that. Not that it makes any odds at the moment, but that's by the by. So the point of it was you have to now sort of apply to be in the partner program, I guess. So that's underway and whatever else. So this working with is doing my head in. Let's go alt lines and page down this time. I don't think the working width is quite right on the windrower, but never mind. We'll grab any misbits at the end. The point I was getting to, and it's still not enough. There we go. Was how my mindset has changed from in the however many months we've been doing this malarkey together now. I used to wake up every morning. First thing I'd do, YouTube Studio. Have I got any more subs? Haven't I got any more likes? And don't get me wrong, I still do that, but it's not the first thing that I jump to doing. And I think that's because it's you realise very, very quickly that it's an absolute grind and an absolute slog. And yeah, your mindset, or my mindset, changed. You know, you can't rush it. It'll be when it will be. You know, reaching that mythical milestone. But yeah, it's one of those things that you just sort of get on with, really. And you know, you can't rush it, you can't force it. So yeah, you just gotta crack on, keep working at it, keep making hopefully decent videos. And yeah, steady, natural growth, build your subscriber base, you know, get people coming back and all that good stuff, and it'll come in the end. And that's kind of where I'm at now with it. You know, it is definitely not as easy as you think it might be. When you first set out, you think, you know, there's so many people in the world, they're going to find me and they're going to love what I'm doing. Yeah, not quite. So anyway, that's enough of me rambling. That's an 8-odd minute ramble and chat and whatnot. So what I think I'm going to do is we'll get to the end of this row, and there should be enough bales there now to collect, send the Fendt off to deliver, and yeah, we can then follow it up there, or when it gets there, we'll go up there, we'll deliver the hay, and then we'll also sell the silage, get that out of the way, and then, yeah, just finish off the field and collect on the contract. So, about 10 minutes later, it is actually that long for auto drive to get here. We can now unload these 24 bales. Now, with any luck, and in fact, I might actually just pull forward a bit, just so if it does start to complete, we might be able to drag. Yeah, it's going to, isn't it? Right, there we go. In fact, we'll do that, because then at least we can control what we're selling. So we'll get that lowered down. We'll hop out, and by the power of super strength, we will transport what we need to. There we go. So we've got all of those that are ours, and I don't even know how many are ours back at the field. So I think the quickest way for me to do this is just to drag them in, I think. So I'll be back when we're finishing off, realistically moving these bales into the sell point. So last bale, and you'll see we're getting about £3,900 per bale, which is not to be sniffed at. So next plan is spin this round, get it loaded back up, dropped off at the cow barn, and then we'll head back down to the field, pick up the rest of the bales, and we will say farewell, I think, for this episode. So we'll see you in a second. So, a little bit of behind the scenes, I guess you'd call this. So I've just picked up all the hay. I didn't deliver it back to the cow farm. But yeah, this is today's screenshot. Or thumbnail, should I say. But yeah, this is how I do it. Just sort of arrange kit randomly, see what kind of looks good, and then yeah, use that. So that is the end of what is most likely quite a long video. I do apologise. Hope you've enjoyed it though. I have. We've got so much done, and in fact, if we put the hood on, we're in at 4 o'clock now, or after 4, because it started raining just as I was about to take the screenshot. So what do we want to do? We want to collect on field 89. There we go. So we're up to £576,000. Marvellous. So all this lot will go back to the yard. I'll repair everything most likely. We'll stick the hay in with the cows, or down at the cow farm. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.